Alright, we're gonna do a little SCUM cooking 101. Um, the easiest thing to cook is skewers, probably. So you have to have the cookbook in your inventory. So we got the barbecue book, we got a fire. So to do skewers, you can't have the grill grate on it. But if you go to cooking tab and you go to barbecue, you'll see skewers and then anything you can grill with the grate. You go to skewers. We're gonna do the mixed skewer. So in the recipe tab, you can see it takes meat, vegetable, and a mushroom, and then the optional ingredients are salt and pepper. And this question mark, if you right-click on it, left-click, it'll show you the options. You can replace for this particular ingredient, like the vegetable, you don't have to have a green pepper. You can have any of these ingredients. Same with the mushroom, any of those mushrooms. That amanita, though, are poisonous, and it does still affect you after it's cooked, so I would avoid any of these four. And I haven't tried it with this mushroom, but I probably wouldn't use that one either. So we're gonna just cook the mixed skewer. So you're on the cooking tab. You have to look at the fire, and it'll say cook food. You hold F, then go down to cook food. Then this other tab will come up besides the recipes. This is the utility spot. This is where you add all your ingredients. See, this both says skewer. So we just pick one, go to your barbecue book, skewers, and then whichever one you want to do. Mixed skewers. So the green ones are required ingredients, and the blue ones are optional. You just literally drag and drop. And we know that we can use other things besides green onion or green pepper because we checked the recipe. So we're going to use an onion for this. And if it's not an option, it'll be red. It won't let you drop it there. And then the mushroom, salt, pepper. So once all your ingredients are in, you can just hit the chef's hat and it'll start a timer for you. And this bar here is blue. So when it gets to the point where you can take it off, it'll turn green. See it down here, required utilities. It says an oven. So you have to go to town and use an oven, take a propane or generator or whatever you need for the oven. And like if you pick a casserole, it'll say oven. Or soup. You need a pot. So you can always check here to see what you need to cook it, and then all the optional ingredients, or the substitutions, I guess. See, this one doesn't have a substitution. You have to have a carrot for that, and parsley. The other thing I've learned is that the water, we usually fill our water bottles out of the creek, but if you use creek water, it won't ever give you the timer to start cooking. So it's considered dirty water. So you have to either get it out of a well or, a fresh bottle of water. So if you ever have problems with your timer not starting, it just circles and circles, check your water. If you want to go back to check on where you're at, just switch tabs and go back to cooking it. It'll bring this up again. If you have the watch DLC, look at the thing you're cooking, and it'll say set alarm. So you can set an alarm. Sometimes that's helpful if you've got something that cooks for a long time. You can go off and do something else. Look at it again, cook food, and then this will come back up. Some of the things you can cook on the grill and a pan. So I'm going to do the fillet of fish and the tuna, or the chicken drumstick on the grill grate, and then we'll do it in the pan. But it just turned green. So anytime now I can take it off. You just click on the chef's hat, and there goes the timer for a minute. It's like perfectly cooked. There's your skewer. Alright, so we're gonna put the grill grate on the fire. And now it says grill grid, because it knows what's there. I'm gonna go to barbecue, grill grate, and then we're gonna do the poultry drumstick. Oops, we're in recipes. So if it doesn't give you this option, go over to the utility spots. So you just need the chicken drumstick and salt and pepper, which are optional. Start. And then the fish. Yeah, grilled fish. Grilled fish, salt, oil, and another piece of fish is optional. So we're just going to put all the optionals if we have them. There it is. Start. So see, the fish takes much less time than the chicken. Alright, that should be about done now. It'll go from blue to green. Yep, now we can take it off anytime. Okay, so we're gonna... The sausage... Pretty... One of the more simple things to do. So keep your guts when you kill an animal. Guts, and then optional salt, mustard, optional mustard, and pepper. And that one's really quick. So sausage is done. And this grilled red meat is the easiest thing to make. If you have meat, that's all you need. The salt and pepper are optional, and that'll make it perfectly cooked, but you can just use the meat, period. So we're gonna do one of these. And I'm just gonna leave the optional salt and pepper off, and I'll show you what you come up with, but the more perfectly cooked meals you make, the more improved your cooking skills are. The chicken, see, is done with 2 minutes left to go, so you can take that off. Perfectly cooked. Okay, then we're just gonna make a... Oh, I think the vegetable skewer, I have to take the grill grate off. Mixed grilled vegetables. Yeah, let's do that one. So really all you need is one vegetable, and all these are optional. I'm gonna put a pepper in there, salt, pepper, and then potato, an onion, and corn, and we'll leave this guy off. So that's really quick, 2 minutes. You can find most of those vegetables in towns and gardens if you don't have your own garden. Now it's green. And it can go over a little bit and it still will be excellently cooked. So even without the one optional ingredient, it still comes out excellently cooked. Alright, so a minute to go and it's ready to take off. Yeah, it says poorly cooked, but it's fine. So if you don't have the optional ingredients, it'll just say poorly cooked. But it's still fine to eat. Okay. We're gonna make some stuff in the pans to cook on either the grill plate. You need the propane tank or the generator. We just have the generator, so you're just gonna turn it on. And then look at your cooking, the portable electric stove or the gas one, if that's what you have. And cook food. Let's go to casseroles and the eggs, fried eggs. So it says you need a pan, so we're gonna do that one in the pan. So you got pot and pan. We're gonna choose the pan, go to casseroles, fried eggs, and then just drag all your ingredients. So you have an egg, salt, pepper, oops, that's oil, bone, piece of meat, carrot, water. So you don't have to use these little plastic water containers. You can use the improvised one. I like to have like just a watering can because then you only have to fill it once. Just make sure it's from a well or, it can't be from a creek or a lake. Okay, that took both of those, that much water. Parsnip, salt, pepper, oil, spices, and another piece of meat. That's 28. So that'll take a little bit longer, but the egg's almost done. Okay, done. Perfectly cooked. Okay, let's try the have left for chicken, the drumstick. Okay. So we can we can cook this in a pan or the barbecue. Some of these recipes take a lot of time. Let's see, like the stew. Cabbage rolls. I know that one because I just did it. If you look down here, it takes 180 minutes. I mean, that's not real time, but that's still a pretty long recipe if you compare it to what we're making now, like the chicken drumsticks is 15 minutes. So just be aware of that if it's supposed to restart or you don't have that much time. It'll still be here after restart, but it's just easier if you can plan for that much time. So just check that before you start something. Alright, meat soup's done. That's it. That's basically how to use the pot, the pan, the grill grid, and just the fire with a skewer. If you have any questions, just reach out. Old Goats, happy cooking.